Radium Podcast. I figured it's probably a good time to do another episode of the Radium Podcast. It's been a really long time since I shot an episode of the Radium Podcast. And I just woke up. So morning hair and everything, I'm going to give you something that has been on my mind since it's October. It's going to be November very soon here. I wanted to kind of give you something to think about and help you direct and guide yourself towards what you're trying to do. So that's what this podcast is going to be about. It's going to be about you finding what you're really trying to accomplish here. And that's kind of the first question I would ask you. What are you trying to accomplish with this music thing? I got a lot of people out there like, yeah, I want to be famous. I want to get a fan base together. Why? Why do you want a fan base? What are you going to do with a fan base? What are you really like? Do you love the music? Do you really love the music? Why do you feel like music should be a business for you? Why do you feel like people should pay you for your music? How do you plan on making a living in music? Are you trying to make a living in music? Is music just a hobby for you that you like doing, like someone likes going golfing on the weekends? These are all things I really want you to think about because, man, I've just been having these like epiphanies lately, dealing with so many people online, from TikTok to YouTube to going live on YouTube and streaming and doing song reviews and things like that. I start to realize like the majority of people out there that talk about wanting to be in music and be making music for a living and doing this thing, like being in the music industry, whatever that is now in 2022 and whatever that looks like to you. Do you really want to be in that business? Do you really want to make your living in music? I think this is a really, really important question to be asking yourself. And I constantly ask myself that, and I've been in the business for over, 14, 15 years now. Making my living solely from music. I'm not talking about making my living from YouTube videos or selling e-commerce products. I'm talking about music. Sync licensing my music, mixing and mastering music, making my own records, writing for commercials, for TV, for film, producing songs for film, TV, commercials, all that stuff. Like, man, I started to think like, do people really want to do that? Do they understand what that means? Do they understand what that entails? The skill sets that are involved in writing music for anything, whether it's records, labels, publishers, TV shows, working under a composer, working under a bigger producer, making melody packs all day, promoting that stuff. Like, what is it that you really want to do? And what are you trying to accomplish? And this podcast is going to be really short because I just want you to really think about that. Those are the questions. And you can answer right here. Like, drop your answer. Like, if you're not afraid, right? A lot of people are afraid to put their answers on blast and be out in the public eye. But I think that is like the key thing to understand. What am I trying to accomplish? Why am I doing this? Why am I making TikToks every day? Why am I in the studio for hours and hours? If you got a day job and you come home and you work on your music for 2, 3, 4 hours, what are you trying to accomplish? Is it something that you just like doing when you smoke some weed or drink some beers after work? Or is it something that you're trying to accomplish something with? Like, really fucking think about that. What are you trying to do? Because this stuff, it just doesn't happen. It doesn't just happen. Like, you don't just randomly get a music career or an opportunity for your music. It's not how it works. People don't show up to your door and offer you these huge record deals that are going to make you rich and famous. Like, that's not how it works anymore. You could even get like viral on TikTok. You could have millions of views on something and still get a shitty label deal that locks you in and never gets you anywhere in music. God, that poor kid, man, that did the corn stuff, right? Like, what is he doing now? Like, he's just a kid. People just exploited the hell out of him. And what has he got to show? I don't know. Like, is that going to be a career? It's corn! It's corn! What about the Island Boys? What happened to those guys? Where are they? What do you... Like, you guys, if you're out there right now and you really fucking think that that's how it works, you're so oblivious. Like, what are you trying to accomplish? What are you trying to do? You want to get a corn video? You want to go viral and be a island boy? Like, I'm just like, man, I talk to people all day long over email, over YouTube, text, lives, whatever, Instagram messages. Like, I'm getting the same kind of things all the time. It's just these people that are lukewarm toe dipping in music because it's so easy now to make music, right? But it's the hardest it's ever been to make a music career that lasts. And everyone online will tell you something different. They'll all say, no, it's the easiest time. You can do anything and everything's free. It's like, no, that makes it a lot harder because the commitment is out. Because everything's free, because nobody's paying for anything and nobody fucking cares. So all of a sudden, you have like a barrage of producers, composers, artists, anybody and everybody. We're working on our music. We're going to make a music career. Are you? Do you really want a music career? What is it? What are you trying to accomplish? That's my biggest question with this podcast episode. And I want you to think about it. I want you to write it out. I want you to journal it. I want you to figure out, like, what am I trying to accomplish? And why? And why? What's attached to that accomplishment? Oh, I want to make a record that changes the world. Like, how? What do you want to do? Like, what is it? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? What are you around? Who are you around? What kind of people? What are you trying to attract? What is that? That's just something that I think you should really think about right now, especially if you're just like 3 to 5 years into music and you're like, man, I want to do this music thing for a living. Okay, but what are you trying to accomplish with it? Oh man, I want to get paid like $100,000 a year and I want to tour the world and I want to do this and I want to do that. Okay, what does that look like? Who's around you? Are you going to be with your friends? Are you going to be with family? Are you not going to be around anybody you know or like or love and nobody you can trust? Like what is it? Like, what are you trying to accomplish? What kind of team are you trying to build around you? Who can you trust? Who can you not trust? Like, what do you want with your life? It's not just the music, right? Like, music is a part of it. Music is an expression. Music is a communication outlet to connect with people and to, it's like the universal language is love and music. So what are you going to do with that communication? What do you want to accomplish with communicating with new people? Do you want a bunch of weirdos around you that want to skim off the top and figure out how to make money off you and, shelve your records, give you advances, make you feel good, rub your shoulders? Or do you want like an actual thing that's going to fulfill you? And what does that fulfillment look like? What does it feel like? Who's around you? What are you trying to accomplish? That's it. That's the whole thing. Like, just figure out what you're trying to accomplish and then figure out what kind of price you got to pay for that, because you'll always have to pay a price. A lot of y'all out there that are dabbling, you'll never ever get anywhere in music. I guarantee it. You cannot dabble with something like this. I've put everything I've ever had back into this. Everything. To making these podcasts. Like, this microphone costs money, my time costs money, the studio costs money, the camera that I'm recording on costs money. Everything costs money. I got to edit this. I got to get an editor. I got to do this. I got to do that. These things cost money, time, effort, energy. All the time. Constant. And you know where that energy and that time and that effort and that money and all that stuff comes from? It comes from a commitment. And it comes from me understanding what I want to accomplish. Not just with the music, with the business, with everything, with who I'm communicating with how I'm connecting with people. The people that actually comment on these videos, the people that actually share these videos, the people that actually tune in and stream my music and share it and buy a piece of merch for damn near nothing and download a song for 99 cents. You know what I mean? They shout you out on Instagram stories that you may not even know personally. You've never even met. What are you trying to accomplish? That's something you got to think about, because this is going to take a lot more than you think it's going to take. And if you just keep going at this like toe dipping pace, like lukewarm, I'm just going to test the waters all the time. I don't got any money, so I'll wait till I get another $100 and I'll go blow it on some piece of shit gear or plugin that I think is going to change the game for me. Like, bro, you got to get more committed. You have to understand why you're doing this and what you're trying to accomplish. And that's it. Once you understand those things, once you really figure it out, you might realize you don't want to be in music at all. Now, you guys, look, I just try to give it to you for real. Like, I've been having this on my mind for a while, or else I wouldn't be like waking up looking like shit doing a podcast. But I have to put this out here, man. Like, I have over 10,000 people on my mailing list, and they're all just lukewarm toe dippers. Like 2% maybe of that mailing list are people that actually want to do this for real. The rest are like, yo, I just want to fuck around. And stop sending me emails. It's the best thing ever. It's like, yo, you don't even want to be around the people that want to help you build a music career. You don't even want the advice from people that have done it. Like, what are you trying to accomplish? What are you trying to do? All right. So if it's just for some likes on Instagram, TikTok, to make you feel better, like, yeah, I am an artist and I am special and I'm a rapper and I'm something that someone thinks is cool. Like, sorry, like that wave has passed. People don't think this is cool anymore. They don't think like, oh, music. There was a time when musicians and rock stars existed. Now it's like, bro, come on. What do you want to be a TikTok celebrity musician kind of guy? Like, it's just not as cool as it used to be. So if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, you're not going to last. If you love music, you love communicating with people, you have something you're trying to accomplish that you really believe in, and it's tied to things that like fulfill you as a human being and the people around you, then yeah, you could probably do this. And you're going to have to give up a lot of stuff. You're going to have to give up those nights out and those, a lot of that free time and stuff, but it's really well worth it once you do it. It's very fulfilling. But I just want you to really spend some time thinking about what you're trying to accomplish with this music thing, because it's going to be the hardest thing you've ever done in your life. All right? That's it. That's the truth. If you hate it, you love it, whatever, let me know. All right?